You don't usually associate digging these massive holes in the ground with training neural networks.
Not at all.
But looking at this material from Samyak Online, there's this really weird collision happening between heavy industrial mining and, well, generative AI.
It's fascinating.
It poses a question I hadn't even considered. How does a multi-million-dollar iron ore operation actually get found by investors in, 2024?
Well, it's not by buying a billboard anymore, and increasingly it's not even through a traditional Google search.
And that's really the core of what we're exploring today. We're doing a deep dive into AISEO and LLM SEO. The source material is a strategy guide, basically, for the mining sector.
Right, for companies extracting lithium, copper, limestone.
And it's all about how they are scrambling to stay visible as the world moves from search engines to what the source calls answer engines.
And that distinction is just so key. The source argues that we are shifting from SEO, search engine optimization, to AEO and GEO.
AEO and GEO.
Answer engine optimization
Right.
and generative engine optimization.
Okay, let's pause and unpack that, because the acronyms, they stack up fast. The way I read it, traditional SEO is about ranking a link on a list. You just want to be the blue link someone clicks.
Right, that's the classic model.
But AEO and GEO, you're talking ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's Gemini. They aren't trying to give you a list. They're trying to give you a synthesis.
A direct answer.
A direct answer, exactly.
In fact, for a mining company, the stakes are totally different than for, say, an e-commerce site. You aren't trying to sell a T-shirt.
No.
You're trying to attract institutional capital or a government contract. And if an analyst asks an AI, who are the leading sustainable lithium extractors in Nevada, and your company isn't in that answer,
You basically don't exist.
you're invisible.
So it's about becoming the referenced source. The source material breaks this down into two technical buckets, AI SEO and LLM SEO. They sound identical, but the text suggests they function differently.
They do. Think of AI SEO as maybe the transition phase. It uses machine learning and natural language processing, NLP, to understand user intent.
Okay, so instead of just matching the keyword mining company, the algorithm's trying to figure out why I'm searching.
Precisely. Am I looking for stock data? Am I a procurement officer?
Yeah.
And it serves content based on that.
Bet LLM SEO. That's the new frontier.
That's the big one. This is optimizing your content so that a large language model can actually read, understand, and retrain itself on your data.
This is the part that kind of blew my mind. You're essentially structuring your website's data to be food for the AI.
That's a great way to put it. The source talks about something called semantic SEO. This isn't just about grammar.
No.
It's about building a knowledge graph. If you just say, we mine stuff, the AI has zero context. But if you structure your data to link limestone to infrastructure projects, to surface mining
For
methods,
safety compliance,
you create this web of meaning.
it creates context. So when the AI looks at your site, it doesn't just see text. It understands the entity of your company and how it all connects.
Which brings us to the why. Why go through all this technical headache? And the source points directly to EEAT.
Ah, right. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
In mining, trust is the currency. It's a high-compliance, super capital-intensive industry. If an AI tool, which we know is prone to hallucinations, is going to recommend a vendor, it's going to prioritize sources with high trust signals.
So by using things like schema markup and structured data, basically labeling your data in the code, you are signaling to the AI, this is a verified fact about our safety record.
This is a verified fact about our mineral yield.
Exactly. And that prevents the AI from just making things up.
It gives the model confidence to cite you.
It really does. The source implies that if your competitor has clear, structured data about their green mining initiatives, and you just have a PDF scan from 2018.
The AI is going to recommend the competitor every single time.
Because the AI can actually read the competitor's site.
It's a visibility arms race. Totally. The investors using these tools, the procurement officers, they aren't browsing 10 pages of Google anymore. They want a summary. And if you aren't in the summary,
You miss the deal. It creates this binary outcome. You are either the answer or you are completely invisible.
and for an industry that moves literal mountains, that's got to be a terrifying thought. You could have the best deposit in the ground, but if your digital footprint is just an unstructured mess,
You're just digging in the dark.
it really makes you wonder then about the rest of the physical economy.
That's the thought I'm stuck on. We're talking about mining here, like the most tangible physical industry on Earth. But this source makes a compelling case that even rocks need to be translated into code to have value in this market.
It leads to a very strange possibility. If a massive industrial giant can become invisible to investors just because it doesn't speak LLM, what else is disappearing?
Right. How much of the physical world is going to just vanish from our digital view simply because it didn't learn how to talk to an AI?
It's a blind spot we might not even notice until it's far too late.
Something to consider next time you trust a chatbot summary. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.